What if the foods in your kitchen right now could help protect you from one of the biggest health risks after 70? Most people don't realize their bones are getting weaker year by year until a small fall turns into a life-changing fracture. The scary part is bone loss is silent. You can't feel it happening. But here's the good news. Certain everyday foods can actually help slow bone loss and keep your skeleton stronger for longer. In this video, I'm sharing 5 powerful superfoods that support bone strength, balance, and independence so you can stay active and confident in your 70 seconds and beyond as we move past 70. One of the biggest changes happening in the body is something we can't see or feel right away, and that's the gradual loss of bone density. Bones are living tissue, constantly breaking down and rebuilding. But with age, the rebuilding process slows while breakdown continues at a faster pace. Over time, bones become thinner, more porous, and more fragile, even if you feel perfectly healthy on the outside. That's why so many fractures in older adults seem to come out of nowhere. A simple slip in the kitchen, a small misstep off a curb, or even just turning too quickly can lead to a serious injury. It's not always the fall that's the real problem. It's the weakened bones that can't absorb the impact the way they used to. What makes this especially tricky is that bone loss is usually silent. You don't get a warning light. You don't feel your bones getting weaker day by day. Many people don't realize there's an issue until they experience a fracture or have a bone scan that shows low density. By that point, confidence can take a hit along with mobility. Fear of falling becomes more common, which often leads to moving less. And moving less actually makes bones and muscles even weaker. It can turn into a cycle that slowly chips away at independence. The encouraging part is that while aging does affect bone strength, lifestyle choices still have a powerful influence. Nutrition plays a central role because bones rely on a steady supply of specific nutrients to maintain their structure. Without enough of the right building blocks, the body pulls minerals from the bones to keep other systems running, which further reduces bone density. After 70, appetite changes. Digestion may slow, and the body doesn't absorb nutrients as efficiently as it once did. So being intentional about food becomes more important than ever. Certain foods provide concentrated sources of the vitamins and minerals bones need to stay stronger for longer. These nutrients don't just sit in the bones. They actively support the processes that rebuild and reinforce bone tissue. When you consistently eat foods that supply these elements, you help tip the balance back toward maintenance and repair instead of loss. It's not about eating perfectly or following a strict diet. It's about regularly including bone-supportive foods in everyday meals, so your body has what it needs to keep doing its repair work behind the scenes. Strong bones also support better posture, balance, and overall movement, which lowers the risk of falls in the first place. So nourishing your bones doesn't just protect you if you fall, it also helps reduce the chances of falling at all, which becomes more and more important with each passing year, especially when staying active, independent, and confident in your own body matters so much for quality of life and the freedom to keep doing the things you enjoy without constantly worrying about what might happen if you lose your footing or stumble on an uneven surface and your bones aren't prepared to handle the stress that comes with everyday movements and unexpected shifts in balance that are simply part of life. As we continue getting older, a lot of people grow up hearing that calcium is the key to strong bones. And while calcium is definitely important, it's only one piece of a much bigger puzzle. After 70, your body needs a full team of nutrients working together to keep bones solid and resilient. If calcium is the bricks, then vitamin D, vitamin K, magnesium, and protein are the workers, the tools, and the support beams that make sure those bricks are actually placed correctly and held firmly in place. Without enough of these supporting nutrients, calcium can't do its job as effectively, no matter how much of it you consume. Vitamin D plays a crucial role because it helps your body absorb calcium from the food you eat. Without sufficient vitamin D, much of that calcium simply passes through without being used properly. As we age, the skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and many older adults spend less time outdoors anyway. That combination makes low vitamin D levels very common after 70. When vitamin D is too low, the body may start pulling calcium from bones to keep blood levels stable, which gradually weakens bone structure over time. Vitamin K is another essential player that doesn't get nearly as much attention as it deserves. It helps activate proteins that bind calcium into the bone matrix, essentially guiding calcium to the places where it strengthens bone tissue rather than allowing it to circulate aimlessly. Without enough vitamin K, bones may not mineralize as well, meaning they don't gain the full strength they could even when calcium intake is adequate. Leafy greens are one of the main sources of this vitamin, and regularly including them in meals can quietly support stronger bones over the long term. Magnesium also works behind the scenes in bone health. It helps convert vitamin D into its active form so the body can actually use it. Magnesium contributes to bone structure itself and plays a role in regulating calcium balance. Low magnesium levels can interfere with both vitamin D function and calcium use, creating a chain reaction that affects bone density. Nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes can all help supply this important mineral. Protein is just as vital, especially as we get older and naturally begin to lose muscle mass. Bones aren't made of minerals alone. They also have a protein framework that gives them flexibility and strength. Adequate protein supports this structure and helps maintain the muscles that protect bones and improve balance. Stronger muscles reduce the risk of falls, which is a major factor in preventing fractures. When all of these nutrients come together consistently through everyday foods, they create an environment where calcium can be absorbed, directed, and locked into bone more effectively. Instead of thinking about one single nutrient as the solution, it's more helpful to picture a network of support working inside your body, quietly reinforcing your skeleton day after day so your bones stay better equipped to handle the demands of movement, balance, and the normal bumps and stresses of daily life that don't stop just because we've reached a certain age. One of the most encouraging things about supporting bone health after 70 is that it doesn't require exotic powders or expensive supplements. It can start with simple everyday foods that are easy to find and easy to enjoy. Two of the most powerful examples are yogurt and leafy greens, foods that might already be familiar but take on a whole new level of importance as we age. These foods work in different but complementary ways to help your body use calcium effectively and strengthen the internal structure of your bones over time. Yogurt is especially helpful because it delivers calcium in a form the body can absorb well. Many varieties are also fortified with vitamin D, which, as we've talked about, is essential for moving calcium from your digestive system into your bloodstream and eventually into your bones. Without enough vitamin D, even a calcium-rich diet can fall short. Yogurt also contains protein, which supports the collagen framework that gives bones flexibility and resilience instead of making them brittle. On top of that, the live cultures found in many yogurts help maintain a healthy gut, and a healthy gut improves how well your body absorbs a wide range of nutrients, including the ones your bones depend on. Leafy greens like kale, spinach, and collard greens add another layer of protection. These vegetables are rich in vitamin K, a nutrient that activates proteins responsible for binding calcium into the bone matrix. Think of vitamin K as helping lock calcium into place so it actually becomes part of strong, stable bone tissue. Without enough vitamin K, some of the calcium you consume may not be used as efficiently for bone building. Leafy greens also provide magnesium and small amounts of calcium themselves, along with antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the body. Lower inflammation supports healthier bone remodeling, the natural process where old bone is broken down and replaced with new bone. What makes these foods especially valuable is how easy they are to work into daily meals. Yogurt can be eaten on its own, mixed with fruit, blended into smoothies, or used as a base for sauces and dressing. Leafy greens can be sautéed until soft, stirred into soups, added to omelets, or mixed into casseroles and stews. They don't have to be eaten raw in large salads if that feels difficult to chew or digest. Small, regular portions still make a difference over time. When foods like yogurt and leafy greens become consistent parts of your routine, they quietly supply the nutrients your bones need to maintain density and strength. These choices may seem small from day to day, but together they support the ongoing process of bone repair and mineralization that continues throughout life, helping your skeleton stay more durable, better supported, and more prepared to carry you safely through everyday movement activities. And the little surprises that come with staying active and engaged in the world around you when it comes to bone health. After 70, sardines are one of the most underrated foods you can put on your plate. They might be small, but they deliver an impressive combination of nutrients that work together to strengthen bones and support overall stability. What makes sardines especially unique is that they naturally contain both calcium and vitamin D in the same food, something that's actually quite rare. Because the tiny bones in canned sardines are soft and edible, you're getting a direct source of calcium in a form your body can use efficiently. That calcium becomes part of the mineral structure that gives bones their strength and density. At the same time, sardines provide vitamin D, which helps your body absorb and utilize that calcium properly. As we age, vitamin D levels often drop due to reduced sun exposure and changes in how our skin produces this vitamin. Having a food that already pairs vitamin D with calcium gives your body a built-in advantage, helping ensure those minerals actually make it into your bones where they belong. This partnership between calcium and vitamin D is one of the key foundations of bone health, and sardines offer it in a simple, natural package. Sardines are also rich in high-quality protein, which plays a bigger role in bone health than many people realize. Bones aren't made of minerals alone. They also have a protein-based framework that gives them flexibility and resilience. Adequate protein supports this internal structure and helps maintain muscle mass. Strong muscles improve balance and coordination, which lowers the risk of falls, one of the leading causes of fractures in older adults. In this way, the protein in sardines helps protect bones both directly and indirectly. Another major benefit of sardines is their omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats help reduce inflammation in the body. Chronic low-grade inflammation can interfere with the normal process of bone remodeling, where old bone is replaced with new bone. By helping keep inflammation in check, omega-3s create a more supportive environment for bone maintenance and repair. They also contribute to joint comfort, which can make it easier to stay active, and regular movement is another key factor in preserving bone strength. For those who worry about convenience or taste, sardines are more versatile than they might seem. They can be mashed with a bit of lemon juice and olive oil and spread on whole grain toast, mixed into salads, or stirred into pasta dishes with vegetables. Because they're canned, they're shelf-stable and easy to keep on hand, making them a practical option even on days when cooking feels like too much effort. Including sardines in your meals a couple of times a week can quietly supply a powerful blend of bone-supportive nutrients, helping reinforce your skeleton, support muscle strength, and reduce inflammation so your body is better equipped to maintain balance, mobility, and the durability your bones need to handle everyday activities and unexpected stumbles that can happen at any age, but carry higher stakes as the years go on. Prunes and almonds might not be the first foods that come to mind when you think about bone health, but they each offer unique benefits that can make a meaningful difference after 70. These foods support the body in less obvious but very important ways, helping slow bone breakdown, improve how minerals are used, and maintain the muscle strength and balance that protect against falls. When included regularly, they add another layer of support to the foundation built by calcium-rich and vitamin-packed foods. Prunes, which are simply dried plums, have been studied for their potential role in preserving bone density in older adults. They contain vitamin K, potassium, boron, and a variety of antioxidants that work together to support bone metabolism. Some research suggests that prunes may help reduce the rate at which bone is broken down, which becomes increasingly important with age. As we get older, bone loss can outpace bone formation, leading to weaker, more fragile bones. Foods that help slow this breakdown give your body a better chance to maintain the bone you already have. The antioxidants in prunes also help combat oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which can negatively affect bone health over time. Chronic inflammation can interfere with the normal cycle of bone remodeling, where old bone is replaced with new bone. By helping to keep inflammation lower, prunes may contribute to a healthier environment for bone maintenance. On top of that, prunes support digestive health because they contain fiber and natural compounds that help keep things moving. A healthy digestive system improves your ability to absorb key nutrients from all the other foods you eat, including calcium, magnesium, and vitamins that your bones depend on. Almonds bring a different but complementary set of benefits. They are a good source of magnesium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in activating vitamin D, so your body can use it effectively. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D can't do its job properly, and calcium absorption can suffer as a result. Almonds also contain some calcium, healthy fats, and plant-based protein. These nutrients support both bone structure and muscle maintenance, which is essential for stability and balance. The healthy fats in almonds help reduce inflammation, while the protein supports muscle strength. Strong muscles act like a protective system for your bones by improving coordination and reducing the likelihood of falls. This connection between muscle and bone becomes increasingly important with age, as maintaining balance and mobility is one of the best ways to prevent fractures in the first place. Adding prunes and almonds to your routine doesn't require major changes. A small handful of almonds as a snack or sprinkled over meals, along with a few prunes mixed into oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies, can steadily provide these supportive nutrients, helping your body better preserve bone tissue, make smarter use of minerals, and maintain the strength and stability that keep you moving confidently through daily life without constantly worrying about slips, stumbles, or fragile bones that can't keep up with the activities you still enjoy.